Hello. Thank you for joining me for my third episode of Studio Stories, where I talk about what I'm currently working on in my sewing studio. My name is Rachel. I'm the artist behind the Solitary Peach, and I am going to currently talk about two dresses that I have just about done. They just need to be hemmed for my Etsy release, which is scheduled for February 20th. I'm doing a mini collection, and it is called Warm Rain at the Edge of the Forest. But I mostly just shortened it down to Edge of the Forest. I just wanted to talk about my inspiration real quick. I usually like too many things, and it's hard for me to reel it in, to stick to a color palette and tell a story. And personally, I think that's more fun to hear the story, the concept, why I chose the colors or fabrics. So this whole collection started with the Goblin Core Spotify mix. I discovered that and found that I liked several of the songs. And so I usually, when I make I'll make a mini collection, or I'll choose what I'm going to design, I make a playlist and I listen to it over and over. For this collection, I have chosen a song to go with each dress. And so what's fun for me about that is I picture the girl who's wearing the dress, what activity she's doing. I might choose some lines from the song that inspire me, and then I choose the colors as well. So I'll include the link to it, but the Spotify playlist that I made is called Edge of the Forest, and I have brought two dresses with me. They're both a size small. I'm going to scoot my chair over so you can see a little better. So this dress is called Into the Meadow. It is made out of a quilting cotton. I have taken a vintage piece of trim to make the waistband. All my dresses have pockets, inseam pockets, and I always sew with French seams so they can go through the washing machine. This dress is going to be a little longer than knee length with a bottom ruffle here. I always include a side tie, so it's a loose fitting garment, but this way you can bring the waist in if you choose, or because I've attached them with buttons, if you want to keep the loose fitting, you can just take that side tie right off, and then you'll just have the button as an option. I haven't put my loop and button on the back yet, but here's how the back looks. I love a good ruffle. And Into the Meadow is my first dress of the collection. So this is the dress that I picture my dress wearer leaving the path in the forest, going into the meadow to collect the daisies, joining the fun, using her imagination, taking a break from responsibilities, baggage, weight, whatever is mentally or physically draining her, and stepping out into something new, whether it's permanent or temporary, and she knows she has to return to the path, right? I'm imagining that she's barefoot, but given the weather, maybe she's wearing some boots, but she feels confident in her own skin, and she's ready to explore, right? This other dress I'm going to grab for you is made out of a vintage bedsheet. It is also a size small. It is called Footfall on Ferns, And I was very excited to have a bedsheet that had these large ferns and then the daisies. I have put vintage lace in 3 stripes down the front. And then I also have a longer bottom ruffle that has the vintage lace along the bottom. It will have the option of the side ties with the buttons. And of course, it has pockets. It is machine washable. It will have the button and loop so you can get your head in. It's more of a crew. Both these are higher necked crew neck. It has turned edge sleeves. And this dress is a polyester cotton blend because it's a vintage bed sheet. The nice part of having a bed sheet as a dress is you can, it's more stain resistant, honestly. And also when you throw it in the dryer and you just kind of shake it out, there's much less wrinkles as opposed to the 100% cotton dress. If you're like me and you sometimes pull something from the clean basket that has yet to go on a hanger or into its home, that way you're a little, you're a little less likely to have wrinkles if that's a big deal to you. I have put both of my dresses have my label in it. It just says the Solitary Peach, and these will be available on my Etsy store on the 20th, if that's something you're interested in. But otherwise, I'll talk a little bit about the dresses and what I used McCall's pattern for inspiration. I like to kind of get an idea of different women's sizing, and then I usually adapt it for my needs. For example, like I like a longer midsection. I feel like too many ruffles can make you quickly look larger than you actually are visually. You don't want too much bulk on your tummy and hips, I guess, unless you do. But I tend to want to make a woman look more figure flattering. That is my goal. I want her to reach for this dress over and over. And because I'm upcycling it, I am definitely thinking about the longevity of the piece. I want it to be worn for many years. And so that's important to me. I think that's it. I talked too fast today. It's not a problem to have, right? To be excited and have too much to talk about. So I will see you next week on Sundays at 6. I'm pre-recording these videos and then editing them a bit and then releasing them. Eventually, I would love to just do a live stream on Sundays at 6. We'll see, though, because I have family and they're loud, but we can do our best, right? We can hope. I hope you enjoyed this little sneak peek into my collection. I am currently very excited about 4 pieces I'm working on. One is more of I'm calling my hobo patchwork dress. And then the other 3 are V-neck and square neck, and they're a looser fitting mix of vintage sheets and then also vintage fabrics and a little bit of trim too. And they're still a part of this collection, hopefully to be done by next Friday. And there's 1 medium and 3 extra larges. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for size small yet, or not small, size large. I had a plan, but I think the pattern is going to be more complex than I can finish by next Friday. So I might be going a little simpler to meet my deadline. I mean, it's my own fictional deadline. No one else really knows about it, but I do like to push myself, I guess. It's exciting, right? Thank you for your time. I hope you have a great day and keep sewing, being inspired, right? Bye.